Hello everyone, this is Larissa Amaral, a professional coach for job seekers. Tonight I'm going to present 3 facts about job interviews. I believe most of you have already experienced at least once job interviews, and some of you might have the opportunity to experience it again in the near future, so I hope all of you can benefit from this. The first fact, what can be asked? In a job interview, we approach the company and ask the company a lot of questions in order to find out more about the company, learn more about the company itself and its culture. And in the same way, the company approaches us by asking us a lot of questions in order to define whether or not we are the best fit for the position. The problem, however, is that during that exchange of words and questions, sometimes candidates feel uncomfortable, and here are the reasons for that. First, asking about relationship status, whether or not the person is married. Then children, whether or not the candidate has kids. And lastly, the age, how old the candidate is. That one especially is critical here in Japan, and I myself have experienced a case where my boss approached a candidate by asking her age during the interview, and she strongly refused to answer the question. So those questions are considered to be unethical in most countries, and Japan is also one of them. The second fact, once we got to know what's not okay for companies to do, it's also important to know what companies consider not okay that candidates can do. And here are those facts. First of it, lack of eye contact. Body language is really important. It shows a lot about us. And eye contact is one of that, and it's considered to be the biggest body language mistake to do during the interview, the lack of eye contact. And then the second biggest mistake is lying. 69% consider an instant deal breaker. And also another fact that affects is answering calls and texts during interview. I know this might sound actually funny in most of cases, but it's actually a case where a lot of companies have experienced this, and it's considered not to be okay for candidates to do. The last fact, does my social media profile matters? We are applying for a job interview. We don't have to share our private lives. Our social life is our social life, our career is our career. A lot of people want to separate the two. So people might think that it's not related, and then they should not be careful. However, here's another interesting fact. 91% of hiring managers search candidates' social media. 91%. So I believe that most of us have already experienced this. And in a lot of cases, if they find some red flags, they do not consider that particular candidate anymore just because of some content in the social media. So it's really important to be careful. So those were the 3 facts. As a summary, let's remember unacceptable questions, some of the unacceptable questions that companies sometimes ask, and interview tips, some of the things that hiring companies consider not to be okay. And lastly, social media, how to be careful in the social media. Thank you for listening.